Welcome to OverSeasoned.
It's only going to take one take.
I actually kicked him out of the restaurant.
Why?
Gotta bitch to someone.
Gotta bitch to somebody, and I'm good to bitch to.
I thought you were from Spain.
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Sí soy.
Gotcha.
Soy chorizo.
Oh, no.
You've gone into Martha Stewart land.
It's good. It's just not live.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's like a scene from Cocoon. Like the sun goes down.
You don't want to get blacklisted.
You know what, Mr. President? Is this what you want? Welcome to another exciting episode. OverSeasoned.
Exciting? Are you excited?
I'm excited.
I'm always excited.
You know why I'm excited?
You just like to use the slate.
Well, I'm also excited that we get to talk shit on the number one enemy of the restaurant world.
What's this?
Well, you know, we were talking about how, what's his name, Robert Sietsma?
I thought
Who
you were
are all
saying,
these little?
I thought you were going to say vegans.
No, we were
Not that they're the enemy. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But
what is your take on vegans, Tony? As a dyed-in-the-wool chef, right?
Yeah.
Now, look, I've heard many different perspectives on vegans, right?
Sure.
I prefer to call them vegans.
I like that.
Right.
Vegans. I have most of the vegans that I've known
Okay.
have been vegans occasionally.
Oh,
So
they're only vegan when
they choose to be.
Understood.
You know, when they choose to ruffle your feathers. And
right.
I actually had
Does that have honey in it?
right. And then you got the real
Yeah.
I'm formulating an opinion here on the spot.
Sorry if any of you guys are vegans. By the way, let's throw a quick little shout out to Abbey West Recording and to Malevolent Mouse. We're here
Fantastic.
in Reno, Nevada,
It's a beautiful studio.
the home of the vegan.
Yeah. Is it?
I don't know. And no, definitely not the home of the vegan. But I'd have to say,
It's the home of that all you can eat prime rib.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's also the home
For like $4.99. That was back in the day. That was pre-pandemic prices, but
pre-pandemic.
it used to happen.
Maybe Reno is where vegans come to die.
I think
You
they
know?
just fly over.
Oh, they just fly over?
No, I don't have a problem with vegan.
No, there's an
I don't
influx
have a
of
problem with the
vegans.
true vegan. I just don't. I truly don't.
What's a true vegan? Is that the
a
one that
vegan
has
who
like
is a practicing vegan who like
right? Okay,
doesn't
but you
eat
say
steak when they get drunk or pepperoni on Friday night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of vegan irritates me to the core because you're not. Just don't say you're vegan. Just say you like to be vegetarian.
I
sometimes.
think I almost feel like being a vegan is like it's like a religion. It's not a food choice. It's like a cult.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
but but
It's a
I
practice.
understand people who don't want to eat meat. I get it. I understand.
Sure.
I think that the honey thing takes a little too far.
Okay.
Then
Oh,
you're
how
just
about
living
yeast?
what you can find. There's microbes and whatever. How far do you want to? How far do you want to take it? How microscopic does your diet go?
I think the question is how hammered
Right.
are you before you fall?
True.
Because I've had some vegan friends. That
Well,
have
we had
fallen.
somebody who was vegan, like somebody who lived on the street. I can't quite remember the circumstance, but it was like a friend trying to make friends in the neighborhood, and he was a vegan. He was like an actor, and he said he was vegan. So he was coming over for breakfast.
Yeah.
So I made like this. I'm like, all of a sudden you're questioning everything. Like, okay, eggs, no, cheese, no. Like, what do you
Right.
make for a impromptu vegan breakfast? What do you make?
Okay. What do I make?
Is toast vegan? It's like yeast.
No. There's eggs in the bread.
No,
Isn't there?
Not all bread.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so toast sounds like you could do it, but
That
it was
sounds
packed by a
delicious.
human hand.
Welcome to my house. Here's your toast. You're
Okay.
unbuttered.
Well, you can't make French toast.
You can't make French toast.
What would you make? What would I make for a vegan? Here's your slice of watermelon
With
with Maldon salt.
With ingredients you have in the house already.
Sure.
So you can't go extra special shopping. You know. Like I'm saying, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So we go through this whole vegan thing. I'm like cooking vegan breakfast and, making nice and making friends and all that. And then maybe it's the next day, maybe it's later that day. He's like, yeah, sometimes I fancy a steak. I'm like, motherfucker. You like make me jump through these hoops.
But okay, so
Make me
how
jump through
did
these
you
hoops
find
as a
out?
vegan, dude. No, this is a grand departure from as a vegan to say you're vegan to then, it was like the night before too, he wanted cheese pizza. He didn't want pepperoni on it because he was vegan. So I'm thinking, okay, breakfast means
but you're
vegan
not
breakfast.
vegan if you can have cheese pizza.
I don't think I put that part right together. Oh no, they had like a vegan pizza, right? So we got the vegan pizza.
Gosh.
Like that, he got that, it was delivery. And then he said he wanted to get steak that weekend at this restaurant in town.
Oh, maybe he was fasting from his veganism.
Whatever. You're not a vegan.
No, you're not.
You
I
know?
understand.
That's annoying.
It sure is.
Especially when you jump through, I mean, there's some different, you can make good vegan food. Don't get me wrong.
I think, look, I've heard a lot of chefs. I've heard a lot of chefs say, and look, I've experienced there's a place called Veg in Philly. I had a very good meal there. And I've had some good vegan food. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
I have. It's not my first choice, but I have.
I just,
It's like a challenge.
Just have a fucking falafel. You know what? Why do you have to come up with all these things to make it seem like food, like the Impossible
meat?
Burger? Impossible Burger, is that what it is?
What you were sharing with me.
Yeah, so that's like Beyond Meat share price that's like nosedive over the past 5 years.
I think it's
Didn't see that one coming.
I thought there was a moment in time where I thought all the meat alternatives were gonna just take over. Remember the one that had the beet juice in it that made it look like
I think
it
that's
actually?
the same one. That like
the Beyond Meat?
But I'm like, what kind of vegan are you if you want the patty
Meat.
to bleed?
If you,
Do you want that semblance of bleeding meat? I guess it's more for people who are like
kind of a vegan?
dabbling
Maybe
in
you're a
vegetarianism.
Halloween vegan.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't buy the whole thing. I just don't buy the fact how much more processed it is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, have some crudité.
Yeah, I feel like it would just get really boring after a while.
And come on, like Middle Eastern food without the lamb shawarma and the chicken stuff.
I'm trying to think here. I mean,
You got the baba ganoush, you got the tzatziki, you got the falafel. It's beautiful.
it's
Carrot
beautiful. No,
salad.
it's beautiful.
I'll eat like that all the time.
Listen, we spent a week in Egypt together, and I spent a few
The
days in
same
Turkey
menu
this year,
and
I spent a few days in Greece also.
yeah.
And it's about day 6 of let me guess,
It's
tzatziki and
definitely like a
lebna
standard
and
menu, right? It's like a
and
standard
some
menu. everywhere.
pita and olives. About day 6, I definitely want some with cheddar cheese on it. I'm like done.
You're such an American.
It's just, yeah, that's yes. Being American.
What? Okay, this is a question for you.
Okay.
My Spanish New Jerseyan friend.
Yeah.
New Jerseyite?
I would
New Jerseyan?
It's Jersen.
Jersen.
I don't know. I
Jersen.
just made that up.
What do you crave when you're in Spain?
Okay.
The mothership of your cuisine.
Okay.
What kind of thing do you crave after a week?
Hot sauce
No hot sauce in Spain.
and chicken wings.
No Taylor pork ham roll.
No, I don't.
Taylor pork roll?
Taylor pork
I
roll.
can never get this one right.
Pork roll. It's just pork roll.
Pork roll. Well, it depends on if you're north or south,
Yeah,
right?
that's correct. That's
What
correct.
is it in the north?
In the north, it's Taylor ham.
Taylor ham. And in the south, it's pork
It's
roll.
pork roll.
Gotcha.
What do I crave? I mean, honestly, I crave anything with condiments. Because, you like in Spain, like you just, it's parsley, garlic, olive oil, little sherry vinegar, fresh lemon. I mean, it's all wonderful stuff. But like the moment I'm in the Miami airport, there's this place, what's it called? It's like a Latin restaurant, but it's like a mixture
Cuban
of like
style?
Cuban and like some Colombian food and stuff. I just get a roasted half chicken. And when you sit down at the table, they have fucking like it's like Mount Rushmore of condiments just in a fucking caddy ready to rock and roll. And it's
I'm a good
Worcestershire
Caddy's the
sauce,
best.
the Lee and
Yeah.
Perrins with that fucking suspect brown paper on the outside. It's the A1 sauce in all of its glory with the square brown bottle. Like you don't have to color the bottle. Like we know it's brown on the inside too, but I don't know why I feel so good about that. And then they have, then sometimes like the special tables have the Heinz 57. It's always that lost sauce that you don't quite know. Like
The Heinz 57 is the last sauce?
have you ever had the 57?
Wait a second. I don't.
Heinz 57.
Yeah.
It's not ketchup. It's like tangy. It's like they forgot the sugar. You know what I mean? Like they made ketchup and forgot the sugar. You guys know what I'm talking about? Heinz 57? He knows. See? So it's like
It's different than ketchup?
Yes.
I don't know if I ever realized that it was a different product.
Is it the 57 or? Yeah, it's something like that.
Huh.
Then they also have Tabasco. It's like the Mount Rushmore, right? There is no hot sauce in Spain. It's like
They do have like
they have hot
chilies.
sauces.
Yeah.
They have hot sauces, but it's like for at home use. It's like if you went to a restaurant and said, "Do you have hot sauce?" They would just laugh in your face. Like,
But they save it at home. They have it at home.
the younger generation is now has a couple hot sauces. They may have, like, it's exotic to have Tabasco. I don't know a single Spaniard who has Tabasco.
Really?
When I go to visit my cousins and stuff, that's what they want.
But they like it.
They like it. Yes.
But they can't like break with the tradition of.
It's just like it's. I
They
guess
can't
the
douse a
idea
little
of putting
Tabasco on their gambas.
yeah, like a day boat monkfish that was like dropped off by your friend. You know what I mean? The idea of putting hot sauce on that just doesn't cross their mind.
I don't know if monkfish is the best example, but I get where you're going.
But like monkfish is a thing there,
Sure.
right? Like there's just all these like specific fish and steaks and cheese and porcini mushrooms and all this stuff, and it's just the idea of putting hot sauce. It doesn't quite resonate. But the moment I land on the beautiful,
You got to bring
sacred,
some. You got to bring some
blessed
with you.
soil,
You bring some. You bring some with you.
No, I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
You go native,
I go native. Yeah.
and you're just
I
dying for
earn
it by
it.
the end.
I earn. There's just look. I go. So I go to this place. I forget what it's fucking called. This place in the. So you walk up. It's like a big cafe line, right? You even grab your tray. Like they have the brown nasty tray with like the weird little divoted design on the inside. It's
Yeah.
like why even have a design anyway? So you grab
So-
it. You grab your own
So you don't see the
silverware.
scratches. Yeah.
You give it an extra polish because it's like stuck. It's like casino style. Like there's 100 forks in there, and there's 100 nasty fucks that are all grabbing at the same little thing. So give it a little wipe, throw it on there, then you go down the line, right? And they have Salisbury steak of Latino origin.
Sure.
They throw whatever, little pepper, a little sofrito on there. Then they've got like the whole chicken. They've got salmon baked with oregano and stuff. I get this half chicken, right? And the half chicken, and then they have the infamous tricolor throwaway side. Like the frozen, the broccoli, cauliflower, and carrot.
Sure.
You know what
It's
I mean?
like cut with a waffle.
Yeah.
cutter. What is that called? That knife.
I don't know what that's called. You know what that's called? That's called Flo's Revenge, right? It's like that fucking, I don't know, that tricolor salad. It still exists, and it's
frozen
there.
in bags all across Cisco trucks.
And there is nothing that will make that shit taste good. It is like waterlogged vegetable.
This is true.
But guess what? You throw enough Worcester and A1 on there.
You put Worcestershire on that?
Fuck yeah.
You put A1 on vegetables?
Yeah.
Both?
Fuck it. Yeah.
So this is you've just spent a week or two, whatever time you spent in, and what you can't wait to do is go to this cafeteria in the airport in Miami
yeah.
with boiled cauliflower
That's correct.
and douse it in condiments.
That's correct.
Just
That's the
take
American
a spoon.
way.
Just take a spoon and
No.
slurp it up.
I mean, I've probably been there.
You've definitely.
I've been there, but it just feels so right. It feels like you finally have control.
I don't want food that tastes like anything anymore. I need condiments to do the work
Yes.
for me. Right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, and listen, after that fifth piece of too large cauliflower that you got to muckle down, you know what I mean?
Muckle?
Like, yeah, now you're Picasso. Little touch of Tabasco. Ooh, last one was too spicy. back into the Worcestershire. You know what I mean? I want it more tart this time. And you just create your dish. So, but what was this all coming from?
I don't know, dude.
So, anyway.
Just create.
There
was a chicken there that you liked as well.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds
it's
better.
the whole
thing.
The beauty.
This is your slice of America. When you
Yes.
come back from anywhere, back to Miami.
Yes.
That's the place you want to hit. You've got your bags. You're checking out. You go back into the airport to
Yep.
get the boiled veg and the free condiments.
Well, listen, I used to be a Nathan's guy, right?
Yeah.
I like Nathan's.
Where's this going?
Well, so that to me would be like my number one choice.
I can see that.
With like
that
a
makes
nice crinkle cut French fry.
Yeah.
With like a big
Crinkle
fucking
cut.
juicy
That's what I was trying to think of.
hot dog.
Right.
With the fucking mustard and the relish and the onions. Like that just feels so good. Right? But when you watch Instagram and all this other shit about all the stuff you're not supposed to have, seed oils and nitrates and fucking things that are processed, like I literally, for the amount of hot dogs I've already consumed in my lifetime, I feel like I'm not supposed to have any more. Like I am tempting fate to have more French fries. I've had a lot of French fries in my life. I'm trying to chill on the French fries.
You're pretty easy on the French fries. I go crazy on French fries.
I get
a plate with French fries on it. I eat the French fries first.
Yeah, they're fucking fantastic, but they're supposed to be real not good for you.
Well, whatever. Condiment on French fries. What's your go-to? You have all those condiments. You have the Mount Rushmore in front of you. What do you pick?
Dude, there's only one way to go with a French fry.
Ketchup.
Yes.
Okay.
Ketchup, and if you're a pro, you salt the top of the ketchup.
I like ketchup with a few dashes of Tabasco in it.
I do too. See?
I would do not HP sauce.
A1?
Oh gosh, I would do A1 sauce too.
HP's good too.
I don't see HP a lot. Is it the same thing?
It's,
I know we dug
we
deep
gotta do
into
a
this.
taste test.
Yeah.
We got to do a taste test. That's what we got to do.
Speaking of taste tests, we were going to talk about reviews
Yes.
and
Yes.
the whatever, like reviewers, I guess we should say.
Well, listen, I made a grave mistake yesterday. I've gotten way too. I feel like all of us, but I specifically, anytime I go anywhere now, I'm like relying on Google to like help me decide what I'm about to do with my life. Everything. Best coffee near me. Best taco near me. Open now. Filter by within 0.5 miles.
But that's not always right. Like
it's never right.
I know.
Dude, yesterday,
I'm always fighting with my mom about like, that's not actually closed. I know it's open. I just drove by. She's like, Google says it's closed. I'm like,
right.
No, it's not.
Sometimes
open.
Google says it's open and it's
right.
not. Fucking Google. But so yesterday I was in Dallas.
Technology, the future.
It is the future.
AI is going to fix it.
I wanted coffee, like a nice cup of coffee.
You're a little bit snobby
We're
on the
completely
coffee.
fucked on coffee now.
Yeah.
Right? So I wanted a nice cup of coffee. I look up this coffee shop in Dallas, and there's like, there's a lot of coffee shops. And I find this one that says we roast our own beans and stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you have an app for that, right? Don't you have an app?
I have an app.
For like just coffee shops.
Yeah.
It's come in handy a few times.
It's pretty good,
Yeah.
right? Usually it's good, but this time...
What's it called?
It's called Third Wave Coffee Shop Near Me app. Right? So I go to this coffee shop. I walk in. There's like a Ruth Ginsburg poster.
Ruth Ginsburg?
Right? Isn't that her name? Ruth King.
Charlotte Gainsbourg?
No, Ruth. Anyway, the old judge that passed away.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Something like that.
Whatever. Okay. Sorry, guys. So there's that on the wall, and I see like, there's like it just felt
like you were going to get a good cup of coffee.
a fucking.
You could
I was
tell.
like,
all
this
all
looks.
the elements were there.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
Right.
They have like the record player.
Sure.
Right. They've got
barista staring you down.
Barista staring me down. A really old couch that like definitely was salvaged. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Barista's wearing like a really fuzzy, like hairy sweater.
That's what I was
the whole deal.
take to work.
Yeah, the whole deal. And I'm like, all right, this can be a good coffee. This coffee, I got an espresso and a cold brew.
You always do it. You always double do it.
Well, because I want to try. I want.
Is that what it's about? You just want to try
Well, because the espresso has a whole thing on its own.
Sure.
The cold brew has a whole thing on its own, right? One is for me to like. One is like a blanket.
Which
right?
one?
The cold brew is a blanket. I take it with me.
You're an iced coffee guy all year round.
I love iced coffee.
I'm a hot coffee guy all year round.
Yeah, I feel like I could taste more of the flavors of a cold brew. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, well, because it's first off, you can swish it around the palate. The way that they brew it.
You're bringing a little sommelierness.
It's like the fruit flavors of it come out. It's like brighter, higher acid tones. I feel like coffee often I want it to cool down to room temp, so I can actually taste it.
Your delicate palate.
Yeah, but so I went to this coffee shop. It was a 4.9. Staff was super nice. 4.9.
Okay.
It was a 4.9. Super out of 5. I'm like, this is gonna be the best cup of coffee. I think ultimately what I realize is like the general population and myself, we're not homies. We don't necessarily agree on it all.
You mean
like
you're not
Gen
normal.
Pop likes really over roasted dark
Starbucks.
Yeah. Like that. I couldn't even drink the espresso. It was so bitter. I was like, you're wearing thick ass yellow glasses. I thought you were going to be the barista of the year. Instead,
It was a 4.9.
it was a 4.9. No thanks. So I should have went with a 4.2 or a 4.3, knowing that Gen Pop doesn't like bright acidic coffees,
Right.
with actual fruit flavor and a lighter roast. You have to like game it. You have to like game the goddamn reviews to figure out.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway,
You don't know till you know and you go for yourself.
that is correct. But I mean, what ends up happening is you got to go deep into the rabbit holes to find your places.
Sure.
And this is why God invented A1 Worcestershire sauce.
Good Lord.
This is why.
Good Lord.
This is why. Because no matter who overcooked that chicken, no matter who underseasoned that cauliflower, that star, that knight in shining armor, is going to come through and make everything taste like cheap steak.
Sure. You just don't got to eat it. The boiled veg.
I
Yeah, it brings you back.
Yeah.
I know. We all have those things.
What is the first thing that you crave?
When
You're away. Let's say you were away in Egypt and you had some time away and you're like, all right.
I think it's a sub sandwich.
A sub?
Yeah. Like the world doesn't do sandwiches like America does sandwiches.
Or burgers.
They just don't. No, the burgers are kind of becoming a little bit more prolific.
They're getting better. They're getting better
right?
at it.
Like Colombia has burgers all over the place.
Yep.
Which I didn't expect, but happens.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Europe in a while, at least that part of Europe.
Yeah.
What are the burgers like in Spain?
So it seems like there's a big revival. Like people are really into burgers all over the place.
Yeah.
For as much as they hate us, they really like us.
Yeah, they love us.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Clint Eastwood. I love hip hop. Burgers. I'm like, bro.
They still can't do
Step
cocktails,
off.
right? But
Step off, homie.
oh, now you're American.
Yeah, now I'm American. So, I gotta show you. But so when I travel around Europe, I've been so disappointed by burgers that I honestly just won't even do it anymore.
Huh.
But there's a lot of burger competitions, and there's a whole burger thing.
Sure,
happening.
there's definitely a burger thing.
And I'll have to try one. In my next trip to the Basque Country, I will have a burger.
They have burgers in the Basque Country.
Oh, they have them.
Really?
They have like burger chains.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
The thing is, though, is they don't have like our meat. There's a special thing going on with our meat. All of our
Corn fed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of our cows are like 2 coughs away from like dying right on the trough. Because all they eat is corn and grain, right?
Candy bars.
But that makes that makes a delicious burger.
Wasn't that a story you told me once?
Yeah, I went to the I went to the Her Angus farm in central Pennsylvania, right outside of Lancaster.
Right next to the pig farm.
Which pig farm?
When we were talking about the last cast.
Oh God, the 4-story. So I went out there and they had all these cows out there, and they're big cows, man. And it was the first time I was ever on a cow farm that was specifically for beef. And they're like, "Hey, you want to go check out the cows?" Of course. They're all like out there hanging out. They're sweet enough, you know what I mean? They just moseying around doing their thing, and they're like, "You want to watch us feed them?" And of course, we want to watch you feed them. And these guys, they put some like crack on top, like a little pixie dust or something. And all of them started like getting all excited. I'm like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "Well, we added a little of their favorite stuff to get them excited." And I'm like, "What
cow isn't excited to eat?"
Well, but I guess so. In special occasions or to rile them up, they'll put M&Ms in the feed because I guess they get all excited about the sweetness. But they know when the M&Ms are going in there, and they fucking get all excited.
Huh.
And then they all ran up, and I'm looking at their feed, and it's like hay and corn, hay, corn. But dude, there's like potato chips and shit in there. Yeah.
What?
And I'm like, what the fuck? What is in here? And they're like, anything that gets fucked up at the local pretzel plant or when we're making potato chips or whatever, we just throw it in. Like overcooked, like Ruffles, no problem. Right for the cows.
Huh.
So cows were eating like
Pennsylvania's finest.
Yeah. Like a truck driver at the stop. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
I gotta show you my Miami shot. Ooh.
Of this
The
chicken.
Mount Rushmore.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see here. Well, yeah. Oh, here it is. Look at that. Tell me that's not glory.
That does look pretty good,
That's
actually.
not glorious. Look,
I can't believe you're the guy who takes pictures like that of your condiments lined up.
That's all you need. Look at that. See that? It's just gorgeous. You just want to look at that. Tell me that doesn't make you feel right at home, right?
I can see that making you feel right at home. I can understand that.
What was your mom's condiment? She must have had a go-to condiment, or were you guys like non-condimenters?
No, we had condiments. What are you talking about?
So what was your condiment?
How do you bring every conversation back to condiments? It's really kind of...
Well, I mean, one of these things, first off, that's something you're not going to see in Europe. You're not going to see not a single restaurant in Europe is going to have a caddy of sauces on it.
True.
All right? So what, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine going into like a beautiful restaurant in Pisa, Italy, and being like, "Do you have?
What do they have? Like chili
do you
flakes?
have Tabasco?"
Maybe?
They don't have chili. We have chili flakes in our Italian, right? Like the idea of the Parmesan at will is here,
Right?
Not there. They think we're disgusting pigs. We might be, but like, you know, like the whole idea of like keep going, right? With the Parmesan cheese, that doesn't exist anywhere else except for fucking here.
It's not even really Parmesan cheese. The green,
No,
isn't it? Like,
oh, dude, the Kraft stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard it's like wood chips,
something
cellulose.
like that. I think that's a joke, but
I think it is cellulose with like cheese flavoring.
makes sense.
Yeah, I can't eat that stuff now. Have you tried that lately?
Not in a long, long time.
It's nice. It's not cheese. It's not cheese. Kind of like how the stuff that you spray out of the can, you know, like the Easy Whiz.
Yeah.
That's not cheese either.
No.
It tastes cheesy, right? But that's not cheese.
It's kind of like how banana flavored things all taste the same, but none of them taste like banana.
I hate that.
Actually, that's from a banana that's extinct now or something like that. I'm remembering.
That flavor?
That flavor of like the banana starburst, but burst or
Okay.
whatever banana flavored candies.
Oh,
it's
like
from
runts. Like runts.
might not be extinct, but it's not like for mass.
It's a
Production.
It's a banana. It's like the dodo.
It's the
of
extract of a
bananas.
banana flavor that is no longer readily available in
It
the
tastes
stores.
like. I hate the banana flavoring stuff.
It's good.
You like it.
Yeah.
I hate.
It's just
that.
not banana to me, you know?
It's like when my dentist was trying to convince me that the fucking needle he was about to give me tastes like, you know what I mean? Like, have this, and then you get that like needle in the mouth. it's just very clinical, that banana flavor for me.
I see. It's like
It's
perfumey, medicinal tasting in a way.
Yeah, no thanks.
What's your favorite candy?
Ooh.
It is Halloween this week.
Ooh, favorite candy.
What's your favorite thing to get as a little New Jerseyite,
Okay.
New Jersonan?
The other day, I was at Walgreens. And Walgreens, finally, it only took them 40 years of me being fucking alive now that I don't eat candy because it's bad for me and all the people on the internet tell me that I'm not supposed to have sugar. Now they've invented for me the perfect pack.
Which is?
Starburst. Just the pink and the red. Now they have it.
No banana.
Now they have it. I was walking in.
What'd you do? So
to
you
get
got a
a
Starburst
razor
as a kid,
Yeah.
and you
I would eat
throw
it
the
all.
other, you'd eat it all.
No, I'd eat it all.
Yeah.
It was almost like you have to earn.
I'm a big
When
fan
we were
of the
kids,
pink.
we had to earn our pinks. We had
It's
to
true.
earn our reds. Eat all those fucking weird lemon ones and the weird orange ones.
I agree with you about the lemon ones.
And then, and then they have all these other, anyway. But now they sell just the reds and the pinks. Oh, I think my number one
Are
candy.
you like a
though,
hard candy, chocolate spectrum, or like hard candy spectrum?
Now I'm chocolate. Because I convinced myself that chocolate is good for you.
That works.
Right? So I've convinced
Is it good
myself
for
that
you?
chocolate's good for you. So now I eat chocolate.
I'm sure some chocolate's good for you, just not the
No, I
you
mean
know,
I think it's antioxidant rich and has minerals.
stuff.
Yeah. Especially when there's caramel and peanuts
Yeah,
on it.
that's the
It's
good
fucking
stuff.
really good for you.
Yeah.
But dude, like think about it. What is a Jolly Rancher? I used to eat those.
Sure.
Yeah. Sugar with food coloring and like the green apple Jolly Rancher. I've eaten.
Those are good.
They're fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Like
that is
now and
not
later.
good for you. That is
Well,
not good for you.
no sugar is really good for you. But I think I was a gummy bear guy.
I love
like gummy
yeah,
bears.
but do you have a specific?
The white ones,
The white ones.
pineapple flavor. Do you know that they used to be flavored with honey? That's why they call them gummy bears. That's how they were sweetened. Yeah.
That sounds like a healthy.
So I have a 4-year-old, almost a 5-year-old now.
Oh.
Sugar.
Perfect.
The drive for sugar is so real and visceral. Like morning, noon, and night, sugar, candy, sugar, candy, sugar,
What's
sugar,
his number
sugar.
one?
He doesn't gravitate towards chocolate, which I'm surprised about, but he likes like the hard candies.
I feel like chocolate's something you
He
get
loves
into
gummy bears.
later.
He loves gummy bears.
You know,
But
like
give him like one little packet of like 4 or 5, and you have to dole
Gummy
them
bears.
out. Right? You have to.
Skittles are fantastic too.
Sure. I haven't had those in a long time.
I was never a fan of snow caps. You know, like you go to
Yeah, I
a
don't
movie
like
theater
those
and they
either.
have that like
Those
standard
a little
roster.
bit too old fashioned.
Yeah. Yeah. I also always wondered why people love or who has those, those yellow caramels that aren't quite caramel, like the old people.
Necco wafers? No, not Necco wafers.
They're like
Werther's Original?
those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good. They actually taste like caramels.
Sure.
There's another one. I think they're Brock's.
Brock's is the, yeah.
Those-
I don't know the
What?
caramel ones, but I think they do the Necco wafers too.
Ooh, you know what was a real nice treat? Remember those strawberries? The strawberries that they were like little red rolled up
Like
plastics
the old lady, like it
with
was-
the green
Sure.
tops, and then you pop them open. They had a little
I was like
wax
the
paper.
root beer barrels.
I don't
right-
know if I ever had those.
Come on.
Root beer barrels?
Yeah, they're like a little barrel, tastes like root beer.
I don't know if I mean, I'm sure I've had it. It's been so long. Tootsie Roll. I didn't like those that
Nah, I
much.
don't
They were
like
fine.
Tootsie Rolls either.
They were, dude, how about those what was up with those candies on the dots? They were like acid, like tape with like a little punch.
Oh,
out of,
right.
And then you try to rip it off and the paper comes off.
Yeah. You
That
just eat
was
the whole
such a-
thing.
Come on. Who thought of that? It was a bad idea. What's your favorite?
Favorite candy?
Yeah. What happened to Baby Ruth?
What do you
Remember
mean?
Baby
I'm
Ruths?
sure they're still around.
I don't think they are.
I like a
think they're gone.
payday. I like a payday.
Ooh.
Because that feels a little bit healthy to me.
Peanuts caramel?
Yeah, peanuts, a little salty with the caramel. This
Ooh.
doesn't feel like such a...
Right.
But
Like
it
you're
is.
eating plastic
But it
with
is.
food coloring.
Like a score bar.
Oh, that's the dark chocolate
Yeah.
Heath bar, no?
I like the was it a Snickers dark? Was that like a dark chocolate Snickers bar? That was good.
But these are all very adult, I feel like. These are nice.
I had adult tastes when I was a child.
Did you? How about Ferrero Shares?
Those are just too ubiquitous these days. I felt like they were special.
They were special.
They were special. Now, literally
Now you see
every
them
duty
everywhere.
free
Now
is
there's-
just like they're shoving them in
Right.
your face.
Toblerone is really good.
Never had it.
You've
Never had it. No.
It's excellent. If you like Score, you're going to like a Toblerone.
I think it's the same thing. Like you just see it around. Just doesn't feel special anymore when you see it at every duty free
Oh.
in every part of the world.
You're an M&M guy.
I love it. And peanut,
Yeah, peanut. Have you ever had the almond M&Ms?
of course.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they make me feel like I'm like a grown-up.
Do they?
Yeah, I like those. What else? We were going to talk about reviews, and then we
We
decided
just
candy.
totally changed.
Now we're
It's okay.
reviewing candy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to think of any other. Oh, candy corn. Horrible.
What was the favorite dessert in a restaurant?
As a kid?
No. Well, sure.
Okay.
As a kid or, in the latest restaurant you worked at, like,
Ooh.
would you go like the cheesecake, the flourless chocolate ubiquitous thing? Like, would you just grab and go?
Key lime pie?
Key lime pie. Yeah.
Key lime pie is so when they do the crust right.
Do you have key limes where you are now?
Yeah,
In
I
Florida?
bet the season's coming too, unless the freaking hurricanes completely destroyed all the plants. But the key lime, dude, when that thick ass crust is done right, and you got the graham cracker with all that butter, like holding all that key lime custard together. When you go into the walk-in and you see it out on the tray, when the crust is right, you can grab a piece, go to the bathroom,
Shove it in your...
shove it in your
Pie
fucking
hole.
face.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when the pastry chef has taken their time to temper the crust and really get the butter melted in and stuff, it will not break. While you're muckling it down and shoving it into your face as you go to the
You
bathroom.
don't get your nice dress shirt all crummy.
Right. When the pastry chef was in a rush, that piece of key lime would begin to disintegrate and crumble, and you're like, we gotta change staff. Right. That's
I never really understood key lime pie. It's just cheesecake.
No,
I think I was introduced
so
to it later
tart.
in my life. But it's still just cheesecake with a tart
Really?
ingredient, isn't it?
I don't think there's any cream cheese in it.
Really?
You need key lime pie. That's what I'm going to do for you, my friend.
All right.
I'm going to send you a really good slice of key lime pie.
Key lime pie is pretty ubiquitous.
What's your go-to? Cheesecake?
I will always go for a coconut something.
I love
If there's a
coconut
coconut something
anything.
on the menu, I'll get it. Or banana something.
If you're ever at the Capitol Grill, they have coconut custard. It's like a vanilla. They put a vanilla cookie on it, white chocolate shavings. It's.
All right. Let's do it. Wish there was a Capitol Grill here in Reno.
Is there? I don't know. We'll have to find out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to save our maybe tomorrow.
A
Tony.
review. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
We're going to have to organize our thoughts to really talk about reviews in restaurants, what they mean to us, what they meant to us, how they've scarred us, how they've completely, you were, I feel like you were pretty good about, we'll get into
figure it out.
this
We'll
tomorrow.
get into it tomorrow. But
in the meantime, I guess we're just going
happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
OverSeasoned podcast was brought to you by Over Easy Office, outsourced bookkeeping solution.